sir, we are live now.
So we can begin.
I think so. Like let's more students join. Then एक बार शुरू करते हैं.
ठीक है.
सेशन अभी तक लाइव नहीं हुआ.
लाइव हो गया.
Yes, sir, we are live now.
So hi everyone. Hello. Hi everyone. How is everyone doing today? So are we audible? Are we audible?
Yes, sir.
If we are audible, kindly put a thumbs up in the chat section. So hi everyone. This is me, Dr. Nachiket, today with some phenomenal people, and we are going to discuss the preparation strategy for FMGE July 30th exam. I have with me the very phenomenal Dr. Saurabh Jindal sir and Dr. Vishwajeet here with a very special guest today, and that is rank score 235 holder right now, Dr. Jay Mohan. Welcome, Jindal sir, Vishwajeet sir, and Jay Mohan.
Thank you, sir, for that warm welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So guys, today we are going to talk about how last 2 months are very, very important for your preparation. Of course they are. And we have these phenomenal speakers today with us to discuss that particular strategy as well. And why we have got two speakers is we are going to present you two ideologies that you can focus on. Both the speakers have prepared their own ideologies, and together we are going to give you a custom plan जिससे तुम सारे एक अपना प्लान बना सकते हो और उस प्लान से तुम एक ही बारी में इस एग्जाम को क्रैक करने की क्षमता रखते हो. एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट, in the end we have got our amazing student here who is going to tell you his preparation strategy. उन्होंने नोट्स कैसे बनाए, कैसे क्यू बैंक यूज किया, कैसे अपना टेस्ट यूज किया ताकि 235 नंबर के साथ पहली बारी में उन्होंने FMGE एग्जाम को क्रैक करा. मगर और ये पूरा जो हमारा DBMCI है आज के दिन पे इस एकेडमिक बोर्ड के साथ चल रहा है. तो उन्हीं के साथ ये हमारे जो गुरु हैं जिन्होंने पूरा प्लान बनाया आपके लिए, जो वन शॉट आप जिनसे सीख रहे हैं, जिसके टेस्ट देख रहे हैं, यही गुरु है जो आपके पूरी आइडियोलॉजी को ड्राइव कर रहे हैं. और इसी के साथ हमारा शेड्यूल मैं शुरू कर रहा हूँ जो कि FMGE एग्जाम 30 जुलाई वाले एग्जाम के लिए हमने बनाया है. आखिरी 60 दिन आप किस तरीके से यूज करने वाले हैं. दोस्तों अभी मैं बुलाना चाहूंगा विश्वजीत सर को. विश्वजीत सर, शेड्यूल आपका है, आप बताएं सर कैसे होगा.
So, very good evening to all. Coming to the schedule for your upcoming exams on 30th of July. See, schedule तो आपको कोई भी दे देगा, मैं भी दे दूंगा, और schedule आप खुद भी बना सकते हो. This is just a idea to give you that importance of next 2 months, so that if there is a doubt now whether I can crack it in 2 months, answer is yes. If that's a leading question, answer is totally yes. How you can achieve that? Let me help you with this. Okay. So this is one plan which many students will find it very handy, that yes, let us cover our first prof 3 subjects, Anat, Physio and Biochem in 5 days. How to do it? You can go through express revision videos available in eGurukul platform or whatever source you have read earlier. Revise these 3 subjects in 5 days. Okay. Along with revision, go to OneShot revision sessions on DBMCI YouTube channel. I will tell you what is OneShot revision sessions. It's just a compiler of all the most important PYQs, all the most important images, which will be there in your exam on 30th of July. So once you have revised the subject in 5 days or covered the subject in 5 days, devote 1 day to cover 3 subjects one-shots, taking into account that each day you will be reading at least 8 to 10 hours. This is a feasible job which you can do, which Dr. Jayamohan will highlight to you that yes, you need to devote 10 to 12 hours. And friends, if you devote 10 to 12 hours for 2 months and you are going to clear the exam, nothing can be better than this. So moving ahead, come to second prof, Path Pharma Micro. They play again a major role. Not only for their questions, they will be helping you answer medicine questions too. So devote 6 days and you can divide your timeline based on your level of preparation. And suppose you have not prepared till yet. So you will need 36 hours to cover the videos. So 6 days, 6 hours, 36 hours done. Still you have got 4 hours in hand. How to utilize that? Go through one-shot revision sessions. So that will cover your PYQs, images sector. Okay, all the most important PYQs. Come to third prof, IENT, FM and PSM. For this, I have taken 7 days, taking into account 6 hours per day. So you will be covering 45 hours roughly by 7 days. Cover your one shot side by side. Once you cover a subject, like once you cover the I from whatever source you have read or from the express revision videos, cover the PYQs through one shot sessions. They will be immensely helpful. Now coming to the major subjects, these 3 majors. For this, let us take 9 days. And if I go through express revision, yes, it will take about 9 days. 9 into 6, 54 hours. Okay. So that will be, you will be able to cover up your 3 major subjects pertaining to your upcoming exams. If at all you have not prepared, nothing can be better than this. Now coming to the smaller subjects, from where the number of questions are less. Now coming to as compared to the bigger subjects. Coming to radio, ortho, anesthesia, psychiatry, skin and pedia. So for these subjects, let us take 5 days into account. So in total, you will devote your 32 days. Each and every day will count. Each and every minute will count. If you are ready to devote each and every minute, this schedule, you will find it very handy that within a time span of roughly about 1 month, you have covered all the 19 subjects, keeping your FMG exam into perspective. Correct? Now, next slide, please. So let me give you a briefing. So as to what will happen after 32 days. Like if you begin on 31st May or let's say 1st June, you will end up your first read by 2nd of July. Along with that, you have covered your PYQs, one-shot revision sessions. So in total, let us give 5 days. Suppose you need 5 days to cover one shot once more. So by 7th of July, in the time span of 37 days, you will be thorough with all the 19 subjects once. Now is the time to revise because you will start forgetting first prof, second prof, the moment you are at the end. So now is the time to revise. So second read can be availed in next 15 to 16 days. Do a mathematics. 7 plus 16 makes it 23rd. So by 23rd of July latest, you will be in a sound position with 2 readings. And yes, given the fact that FMG exams don't have a negative marking, believe me, you will be able to crack it with a wonderful score. Rest 7 days, you will be utilizing to revise all the volatile areas, all the PYQs, which you will develop yourself. That this is a topic which I am not able to recall. Like if you are not able to recall Wilson's disease, that is your volatile topic. The same topic won't be volatile for other students. So with those first and second reads, you will make out your volatile topic. Focus towards those areas in next 7 days. And you will see the miracle will happen. So this is the schedule which will be, with the help of which you will be able to cover 2 reads. Along with that, the final revision also can be done. So it is achievable. So that's all from my side with regards to schedule. And yes, the journey of 0 to 150 will be achieved with this schedule. Believe me. Have that belief on yourself.
Perfect, sir. Thank you very much. And guys, this is the one-shot schedule that sir has been talking about. This one-shot is basically covering all the revision points that are important for FMG exam in every subject. It started on 20th of April, and the video of Vishwajeet sir is still there. तो सर आपसे मेरा सवाल क्या है कि अगर कोई स्टूडेंट आपका ये देखता है वन शॉट प्लान, तो उसको क्या करके आना है और सेशन के बाद क्या करना है?
At least cover the express revision videos. Get the quick idea of a topic which you have still not read. Suppose you don't know XYZ about FMT subject. Go through express revision videos. In about 8 hours, you will be covering the subject. Revise the PYQs through this session. It is hardly 1.5 to 2 hours. So in a time span of 10 to 11 hours, you are securing your 10 to 11 questions. So this is the beauty of these one-shot sessions. They actually will enhance your score because they will let you focus towards all the areas where you will be making silly mistake.
Jindal sir, if I talk about one shot with you, sir, what is there in dermatology that you are covering in this one shot video? I mean, what all are you covering in this one shot video? क्यों स्टूडेंट को ये देखनी चाहिए सर? So you are on mute.
Yes, okay. Yes, so what we understand from a one-shot video is, see, what we believe, dear students, is the problem is there is too much of content. And we believe that's the universal problem everywhere. There is, earlier in our time, there used to be hardly any content. We used to fight for content. Now the problem is there is too much. It's like when you go to a shop and they show you 100 shirts to buy. You don't know because you get more and more confused that ye bhi acha hai, wo bhi acha hai, wo bhi acha hai. So problem is, how do you select? That's the problem now. So what we do in a one-shot session is only one thing. We will not show you 100 shirts. We'll show you only 2 shirts or 3 shirts. Meaning we will filter out what you don't need, because you will also not know what you don't need. So we will do that for you. And once you narrow down, what we do with narrowing down is we increase focus and we increase the chances for you to retain that information. So what we do in one shot is very selective topics. You might also get a feeling that अरे ये तो पूरा कवर ही नहीं किया, ये तो बहुत थोड़ा कवर किया, but जितना आपको पता होना चाहिए हम उतना ही बताएंगे. And what I want from all of you, dear students, is only what I call as unfiltered massive trust. You have to trust us. And the reason you have to trust us is we are in this teaching line for so long that we know what is important for you and not what important for you. We have cracked a FMGE code. We know what is vital for you. And when Jay Mohan will speak to you later on, he will also tell you the importance of doing very selective, sharp, focused, targeted reading. In one shot, we will do that for you. And it's going to be a game changer. Even if you have not done very well in your theory, notes and all that, if you feel unsure, just keep on revising the one shots. All the gurus will help you and kind of handhold you into this. So please don't miss that opportunity to take that content into your head.
Perfect, sir. Sir, moving on to your schedule. So this is, guys, this is a schedule. This is the tips and strategy that I will say that is prepared by the Jindal sir himself. Sir, all yours.
Thank you. What I understand is Dr. Vishwajeet has so beautifully explained the exact number of days that you have to give to each topic and each days, and then he gives you a 2 reading schedule and a 1 shot schedule, right? Now, what I understand from your preparation is obviously almost all the topics will be basic. Okay, we don't have to do anything fancy. Now, we have most of the time students get a feeling of, we call it a FOMO feeling, meaning you would feel that you are missing out on something. But what you're missing out is not important, because what you have to focus on is the basic part of it, only the very standard stuff. See, you will lose your score not with the fancy topics, you will lose your score only with the standard questions. If you make mistakes in the standard question, nobody can save you. So we will prepare you for that. That's one thing. You also have to know that whatever is complicated, whatever is syndromic, some complicated concept, you can ignore it right now. You have to focus on the standard things. So for example, if I talk about psoriasis, a simple scabies is important, a simple psoriasis is important, a simple fungal is important. So those are simple stuff which you feel it's too simple, but that's good enough for you to solve. We have to know that when you're reading, do this reading part of it, we always have a belief for all exams for you to make what we call as a 20th notebook, which means that you have 19 subjects to master. But what you do is, let's assume you reading medicine or reading surgery. What happens is, when you're reading, there's some things which you feel, I'm sure I'm going to forget it. And those factual things you have to revise in the end. So for that, what you do is take one book, that's only one book for all the subjects. What you do is, for example, I can give you a dermatology example. You say, okay, this thing I am really very difficult for me to remember. So I will write in the 20th notebook, okay, leprosy, the most common nerve in leprosy, whatever are those very difficult things to remember, put it on the second 20th book. And what you do in the last week before your exam is just go through the 20th book, because you will not be able to revise everything, and that's going to be a challenge. You'll get mighty confused at the end. And what we know, we've also done a lot of counseling earlier for NEET sessions, and what we know is the last week is really bad, because there is so much on your head at that time. You always feel that you're underprepared. In the last week, that 20th book will really help. Can we go ahead, sir? The next slide,
Yes,
please.
sir.
I believe that your preparation every day should start with 1 hour of something that we call as refueling. As if that you're going for a long trip, for example, for a vacation somewhere. Would you not stop in the beginning, fill up your gas tank, and then you drive your car? So every morning, what I remember doing myself, and I think it really helps you as well mentally, aur lagana hai. Obviously, how can you drive your car without that fuel inside? So for 15 minutes, I would love you to kind of just do some breathing exercise. It really helps. We call it the 6-6-6 technique. 6 in, holding breath for 6 seconds and moving out for 6. So that's called the 6-6-6 technique. Do that for 15 minutes, and I can trust me on this. It really calms you down very nicely. Some degree of exercise for 15 minutes, even in your own house. Some move, some joints. Do something of that sort. Half an hour on that. The second half an hour is going to be your breakfast time and your getting ready time. So in 1 hour, you are through. So try to get up early if you can. It's always the best time. So let's assume 6 to 7 or 7 to 8. And then you are ready at 8 o'clock to barge into your studies. Can you go to the next slide, sir, please? So as Dr. Vishwajeet also said, we need 8 to 10 hours of study. So when we have a 10-hour study module, we usually divide it 2-hour sessions for 5 sessions like that. It's always good to restrict one session to less than 2 hours, because we know from studies that attention span doesn't stay for very long. So good for you to get in 5. If you can't get in 5, at least get 4. Okay, so 4 or 5 sessions, 2 hours each, 10 hours a day for the next 2 months. And as you get near to the exam, you can push in more also. That's usually how we believe your study is going to be. And this is going to give you ample time to cross through your exam. Next slide, please. This is something that's very, very vital. The first point that I've written. We need you to be a quick reader. Okay, which means what? I'll give you 2 examples. Let's assume there are 2 students I have. One student does dermatology in 2 days. Right. The second student does 2 revisions of dermatology, each of 1 day. So both have used 2 days to do dermatology. Interestingly, the one who's revised 2 times, okay, taking 1 day each, will tend to recollect more than the one who's taken 2 days to finish 1 revision. So what we know is, if you are a fast reader, you can do more revisions. Okay, I call it the RRR, the revision tactic. Okay, which means that you need not be slow. The problem with fast reading is you need concentration, and that most of us lack. Sometimes, when you're reading, you're thinking of something else in your head. Don't do that. Try to just focus, because if you are fast, it's like driving a car fast. If you're driving a car fast, you have to focus on the road, right? But if you are slow, then you can look here and there. So if you're a slow reader, you tend to be distracted. And if you are a fast reader, you have to concentrate. So try to do that. Be fast, even at the cost of not understanding a lot. Start being fast, and so that you can do more revisions. I'm happy with you getting some nap in the afternoon. I don't want you to have a lot of lunches and not having a very heavy lunch. Definitely go down on your sugars and carbohydrate. That makes you sleepy, that reduces your focus and concentration, and you feel lethargic. So small meals are always better than larger meals. Have a power nap of 10-15 minutes with an alarm. Don't do long sleeps. If you do long sleep, you will feel even worse. So don't do that. 15-20 minutes is a sweet spot for your preparation. Can we go ahead, sir, please? We like you to do 2 subjects a day. That's always been my go-to. So for example, if you do dermatology, okay, do 70% of your time. So let's assume you have a 10-hour schedule. So 7 hours dermatology, 3 hours something else. Okay, always combine 2 subjects, because that gives you a good of nice kind of correlation in your head. One subject gets a bit boring, and then you kind of not do very well on that. Remember, it's okay if you get the feeling that sir मुझे तो मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ लेकिन मुझे याद कुछ नहीं हो रहा. That's fine, because everything will come down at the end. Everything will be remembered at the end. Trust yourself on that. So that's something which is extremely vital. And I want you to understand that not knowing right now is completely fine. Don't keep on checking yourself. Don't keep on thinking कि अरे sir मुझे तो याद नहीं है, क्या फायदा, मैं क्या पढ़ रहा हूँ, मुझे तो कुछ भी नहीं. Don't do that. It's okay. Just trust the process. And then you will find that as time goes on, everything will fall into place. And that only happens if you keep on revising. Okay, and that's why the revision so many times is important. Sir has told you 2 revisions, that's so good. So try to do that, and you'll find automatically things fall into place. And OneShot is in a way revision only. Okay, so OneShot, I call it the 3rd revision. Okay, so that's 2 revisions that you do, and OneShot is 1 revision by itself. So that becomes 3 revisions. So the 3rd revision I am doing for you, right? And that's why that revision is so important, because it's a handheld revision. So that's extremely vital, right? So can we go ahead, sir? Yes, I like the question. I like the concept of doing question banks. I love the concept of question banks. The reason I like it so much is because almost as if up till now you are playing in the test pitches, in the practice matches, but you have to go on the pitch, right? Pitches where the match is played, right? For a cricket match, for example, you cannot just be on the practice pitches and keep on hitting sixes there. So just reading doesn't really make sense. Once you read, you're only doing practice, but you have to go on the pitch, and that pitch is when you really get to GTs, when you do a subject wise test, when you have a plan for yourself, when you do a question bank, then you are being tested in a real world scenario. And that, I feel, half an hour to 1 hour is a great deal. Okay, whatever you can manage, it's going to be question bank. Sir will speak about the test series further up in the talk. So he has made a beautiful schedule for you, where for the December 23 batch as well, there's a schedule which you can follow. Even now you can give your test series, and then obviously OneShots we have spoken about. Previous year questions will be discussed through the OneShot itself, so that gets covered in that frame as well, right? Next slide, please. Yes, so this is, I guess, the last slide. Yes, basically I've spoken to so many students, and out of questions, what we really need you to focus on is these 4 topics. They seem to be the most high hit in all your 19 subjects: surgery, gynae, ENTI. From what I know, and it's going to be a lot of heavy coverage on this. Obviously things go up and down, but I feel if you really want to bank yourself, then these 4 subjects seem to be a standalone. Experienced teachers have told me that this is something that really needs to be focused on more. Obviously all 19 are good, but this is something that you really want to get into your system as early as possible, right? One last slide, I guess, for me, and then I can think sir can take over. Yes, this is again something which is just the mind thing. There are so many things that you will feel are beyond your control. Okay, so what is in your control is only that white circle. So what is in your control is just putting in the 10 hours. That's the only thing I think which is in your control. You don't have memory in your control. You don't know how much you're going to retain. You don't know how much silly mistakes you're going to do on the day. You don't even know what the results will be. The only thing that you have in your head is not the blue circle. The blue circle are the results. What you have is just the white part, which is just your preparation. So it's 2 hours, 2 months, sorry. So get almost as if stop doing everything else, get the old Gurukul system, right, where everything was just shut down into an ashram and you just concentrated. So there's e-Gurukul right now for you. So it's the same concept. Just get your things in place and do what you can at the best of your ability. All right, thank you. So I think sir can take over now.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. So, guys, this is the test series that we are launching, and this is especially for all the FME students who are preparing for the July examination. You can see these are the dates. So, the first FMG mock test, that is the 28th May test. Now, today is the last day. Today is the last day. If you want to simply go and attempt, you can visit egurukulapp.com and egurukul app. You can download, you can open the app, go to the test section, and you will get this free test. It's completely free. It's divided into two parts, mock part one, mock part two. Go ahead, attempt the test, and post that. Go with the revision part, go with the review part. So, sir, Jindal sir and Vishwajit sir, ये बात तो आपसे दोनों से पूछूंगा, and that is one of the most important aspects which I believe is there in the mock test is how to review the mock test. Because normally I've seen so many students basically attempting the mock test just because of the fun of it. They do not take time to review. So Vishwajit sir, starting with you, how to basically review the mock test here?
First of all, giving a mock test actually helps you in time management. Time management is another aspect. We have to be smart in the exam hall. We don't have whole day to solve our 300 MCQs. So one learning which you will get with mock test is time management, which you have to adapt yourself. This is an adaptive technique. You need to adapt yourself. So we are giving it to help you adapt. One thing is this. Second is, it will help you catch your silly mistakes or the areas which are volatile for you, not for other. You are preparing for yourself now. So you will catch your own mistakes. You will rectify those mistakes so that it is not repeated in FMG mock test 2. Suppose you are giving FMG mock test 3. Now, if you are repeating the mistakes which were done in first and second mock test, this is where you need to check. This is where you need to check yourself. So it's like checkpoints. Cell checkpoints are there. This is a checkpoint to create the adaptive technique of time management and to correct our mistakes. This is what I think. All over to you, sir.
Jindal sir, what's your opinion, sir?
Yes. So I think, as sir rightly said, we all of us believe that giving the test is important, but equally important is to understand what the test is giving you. And what the test is giving you is, first of all, we don't get very psychologically attached to the score. Okay, a lot of students do that mistake also, that, oh sir, the score is so bad. So they get disheartened, they get disappointed, they don't want to get the stress again. So they don't even give the further test ki sir mera confidence aur kam ho jayega. So what I need you to understand is the score is not as vital. What is more important is, first of all, are you physically capable, mentally capable to focus and concentrate for that long on the exam? That's the first thing that it builds you. It gives you that dry run, we call it a dry run, or that's why it's called mock, right? So you kind of get accustomed to the real world scenario. We also get to understand the topics. See, the questions are never repeated, but the topics are always repeated. So let's assume in my dermatology, let's assume you're feeling that leprosy में मेरी mistake होती है. So then you don't say कि अच्छा ये MCQ का ये आंसर है, ये नहीं देखना है हमें. ये देखना है कि leprosy के question मेरे से solve नहीं हो रहे. And then you can go back and do leprosy. When you get to mock test 2, if you're again making leprosy mistakes, then again there's something wrong there. But then let's assume identify नहीं अभी leprosy के ठीक हो रहे हैं, but अभी यहाँ की problem हो रही है. So you keep on covering those topics more and more. That's, I guess, the most important part. And as sir rightly said, time management is so vital. Your mental, physical skills to sustain that concentration is important, and topic identification for mistakes.
Perfect. Jamohan, now bit I'll ask you to unmute yourself first of all and give us some idea that जब when you were preparing, तुम्हारा thought process क्या था, तुमने क्या technique use करी, ठीक है, तुमने test कैसे दिए, तुमने Q bank कैसे दिए, तुमने videos कैसे use करी, so what was your revision strategy?
सर मैं स्टार्टिंग से तो नहीं बताऊंगा, जैसे FMG एग्जाम थोड़ा पोस्टपोन हुआ था तो उसके बाद में 1.5 मंथ ही बचा था, तो इसको हम 2 मंथ ही मान के चल रहे हैं. तो वो स्ट्रेटेजी क्या थी मेरी, और अभी भी अपन वही कर रहे हैं 2 मंथ की स्ट्रेटेजी. तो मैं उसको थोड़ा अप्रोक्सीमेट करके बता सकता हूँ. तो उस वक्त मेरा
2 महीने की तुम्हारी लास्ट 2 महीने की स्ट्रेटेजी क्या थी?
तो उस वक्त जैसे ही FMG एग्जाम थोड़ा पोस्टपोन हुआ तो ऐसा लगा कि ठीक है और पढ़ने के लिए टाइम मिला है, तो सभी लोग डिसहार्टन थे, तो मैं तो खुश था थोड़ा कि मुझे टाइम ज्यादा मिल गया. तो मैंने स्ट्रेटेजी ऐसे बनाई कि जैसे श्री सर ने कहा कि 3 रिवीजन करने हैं, तो मैं एक लेजी पर्सन था, तो मेरे से शायद 2 ही रिवीजन हो पाएंगे, तो एट द एंड मेरे से 1.5 ही रिवीजन हुआ, मतलब 1.5। तो उसके लिए मैंने क्या किया था, मैं 10 to 12 आवर्स पूरा डिवोटेड था उसके लिए, पढ़ाई के लिए। ऐसा नहीं था कि सुबह जैसे उठे 8 बजे से तो शाम को 11-12 बजे तक पढ़ते रहते थे। इन बिटवीन टाइम लंच का टाइम हो गया और सम अदर एक्टिविटी, तो उनको हम डिडक्ट कर लेंगे तो 10 आवर आ जाएगा आराम से। और उसके बाद में जैसे सर के वन शॉट रिवीजन आते थे, पहले भी कुछ पीवाई की वीडियो होते थे DBMCI गुरुकुल चैनल पे, तो मैंने वो भी देखे थे साइमल्टेनियसली। एंड उस वक्त आपके जो ये GT वगैरह चालू हुए थे, GT मॉक जैसा अभी आपने बताया, तो मैंने वो अटेम्प्ट किए थे। मैंने पूरे अटेम्प्ट नहीं किए थे, मैंने स्टार्टिंग के 2 अटेम्प्ट किए थे। एंड मैंने उसका रिव्यू करने का ऐसा था कि मैं रात को जब सो रहा हूँ तो मैं फ्री माइंड एकदम तरीके से कि मैंने रिवीजन कर लिया है, सब चीज कर लिया है, परफेक्ट है। उसके बाद में जो ये क्वेश्चन थे मेरे गलत हुए थे, तो उनका मैं बनाता था कि 50 क्वेश्चन रात को सोने से पहले एकदम सॉल्यूशन देखने हैं और सो जाना है, बस खत्म बात। पर उनका देख के ही सोना है, ऐसी बात नहीं थी कि टेस्ट दे दिया और उसको छोड़ दिया। तो वो मेरा एकदम चलता रहा रिवीजन, और साथ में मेरे क्वेश्चन भी जो मैं रिव्यू करता था वो भी होते रहे साथ साथ में। और आपको 10 to 12 आवर्स, 10 आवर्स तो मिनिमम देना ही पड़ेगा, अभी से मिनिमम 10 आवर देना ही पड़ेगा। ये एक्सेप्टेबल है और ये मस्ट डू है। 12 आवर्स करें तो वो उनकी पोटेंसी पे है।
बिल्कुल ठीक बात कही कि बच्चों 10 घंटे बिना पढ़े तो कुछ होगा नहीं, एंड 10 hours is the minimum thing that you have to do. FMG mock test, you have to go ahead and give this. Mark these tests, they are completely free of cost. No charges, nothing. You can simply log into the app and you can go ahead and give this particular test. No charges. Again, I'm repeating. And the same goes for the one-shot revision plan. You can expect 80% of the questions to come from these sessions. 80%, I'm telling you. 80% questions. And सिर्फ इसको अगर आपने कर लिया, if you do these particular sessions only, thoroughly, you will be able to crack this exam very easily. You can mark the dates. Till now, for example, Dr. Saurabh Jindal sir is going to happen. क्या डेट सर आपकी? I think tomorrow सर आपकी, right?
ये मेरी अभी 1-2 दिन में हम अनाउंस करेंगे सर। अभी वो
Yes.
डेट फाइनल नहीं हुई है, अभी अनाउंस हुई।
So Dharma, you can start with dermatology. Till then, you can go ahead and watch the previous sessions. We have done physiology, physiology, FMT, OBG, ortho, eye, psychiatry, anesthesia. स्किन से आपको शुरू करने की जरूरत नहीं है, स्किन से अब अगला शुरू होगा। तो तब तक जब तक स्किन नहीं होता तब तक उससे पहले आप पुराना कर लीजिए। दिस इज द वन थिंग दैट वी कैन गाइड यू राइट नाउ। एंड टू ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स who are right now preparing, if you are preparing for the December examination, this is your test series plan. This, my friends, is your test series plan. This test, as you can see, consists of both subject-wise test and your 5 grand test. So in 6 months, starting from August itself, if for example, if you join right now, we will give you previous test, and from August, your new grand test series will start. Fresh new questions, complete new test. But this is for all the people who are preparing for the December examinations. Now, I'm just going to basically sum up what has been told by all the speakers today. It is that a one-shot revision you have to do for all the 19 subjects at least 3 times. Add the one shot, whatever you learn in the one shot, you should add those points into your previous made notes only. You have to do 50 to 60 MCQs every day from eGurukul and give the mock tests like proper seriousness, proper FMG exam. Okay, use the similar time as the FMG exam to give this test to make sure your brain starts working on the maximum level at that particular duration. Very small things, but this actually works for you. And as you can see, Dr. Mayank Mishra, Dr. Jay Mohan, we have got these students who swear by the DBNCA test. Alright, so कुछ नहीं करना है इस वक्त, सिर्फ भाटिया पे भरोसा करना है और वन शॉट टेस्ट और क्यू बैंक को पूरा करना है। ठीक है ना? टेस्ट अगर नहीं मिलते, कुछ भी नहीं करना है, ऐप ओपन करना है गुरुकुल का, नीचे टेस्ट सेक्शन लिखा हुआ, उसे प्रेस कर दो, ऊपर आपका टेस्ट आ जाएगा। Now talking about what is there is so special in our Q Bank? Q Bank, the best thing that is special about us is our Q Bank, the level of questions that we have created. All of the levels of questions that we have created. हर क्वेश्चन के साथ एक सुपर एक्सप्लेनेशन एडेड है. तो जब आप एक टेस्ट को पार करोगे ना, आपको रियलाइज होगा कि सिर्फ एक्सप्लेनेशन में हम आपका पूरा क्वेश्चन, पूरा टॉपिक रिवाइज करा देंगे. सो एज यू कैन सी, दिस इज द सैंपल क्वेश्चन दैट यू आर गोइंग टू गेट in your upcoming grand test. This is not purely single liner, but it is a single liner moving towards a clinical question. You can see you will get a complete reference. Post that you will get why the answer is A. And then you are seeing this high yield. Now this high yield is what? Basically this high yield is what our seniors used to mark in our exam, mark in our books one day before the prof examination. कि ये तो भैया छोड़ नहीं सकते, इसको तो पढ़ना ही पढ़ना है. This is that high yield. Post that you will get an explanation for all the incorrect options, ki why the option B, C and D are not the right answers, why they have been put here, what is the ideology behind it. And post that, जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं, extra edge. Extra edge बेटा वो है जो कि एक, अगर तुझे रैंकर बनना है तो ये तेरे लिए इंफॉर्मेशन है. तो हम तुम्हारे पे छोड़ देते हैं कि अगर तुम इस टॉपिक में एक्स्ट्रा पढ़ना चाहते हो तो हमने वो सारे एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट्स भी दे रखे हैं. सो एक एक्सप्लेनेशन में ही आपको इस टॉपिक के मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, एक्स्ट्रा इंपॉर्टेंट और व्हाई द आंसर इज ए, बी सी डी क्यों नहीं है, ये सब कुछ दे देते हैं. और जैसे कि आप देख सकते हो, एवरी क्वेश्चन इज मेड विद अ रेफरेंस. ग्रेज एनाटॉमी का क्वेश्चन है, 41st एडिशन, पेज नंबर 16.3, लैंगमैन से ब्रोलॉजी उठा रखी है. इस लेवल का क्यू बैंक हम लेकर आ रहे हैं आप लोगों के लिए ई गुरुकुल के अंदर. तो अगर आप चाहते हो कि तुम सिर्फ और सिर्फ अभी ई गुरुकुल से कुछ ही पढ़ना चाहते हो, तो बच्चों ये मेरा नंबर है, इस नंबर को नोट कर लो. तो किसी भी सब्जेक्ट में कुछ भी करना चाहते हो, यू सिंपली मैसेज मी अप, आई विल गेट दैट पर्टिकुलर पार्ट ओपन फॉर यू. बट उसके लिए तुम्हें मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, तुम्हें मुझे अप्रोच करना पड़ेगा. मेरा काम है तुम्हें सर्विस देना, ठीक है ना. एफएमजी वालों बच्चों, तुम डिमांड करो, मैं तुम्हारे लिए वो चीज प्रोड्यूस करता हूँ. अगर तुम चाहते हो कि और हमारी फैकल्टी से बात करना, पर डाउट्स क्लियर करना, तो हमारा टेलीग्राम ग्रुप ज्वाइन करो. डीबीएम से प्रीमियर ग्रुप टेलीग्राम पे है. वहां पे हमारी सारी 19 फैकल्टीज प्रेजेंट है. तुम उनसे अगले 2 महीने के लिए जितने सवाल पूछना चाहो पूछ सकते हो, कोई इशू नहीं हमारी तरफ से. और अगर तुम चाहते हो कि तुम्हें 1-to-1 बात करनी है किसी फैकल्टी से, तो अगेन मुझे मैसेज करो, मैं तुम्हारे लिए कॉल अरेंज करवाऊंगा. हमारी सारी फैकल्टी, जिन गुरुज को आपने देखा है, आप उनसे बात कर सकते हो. फ्री में करवाएंगे, कोई चार्ज नहीं लेंगे. अगर आप स्टूडेंट नहीं भी हो भाटिया के, तब भी करवाएंगे. लेकिन तुम्हें मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी और तुम्हें मुझे इस नंबर पे मैसेज करना पड़ेगा. ये मेरा खुद का पर्सनल व्हाट्सएप नंबर है. थोड़ा जागो और करो. अब तुम चाहते हो कि तुम भाटिया के साथ जुड़ना चाहते हो और तुम जुलाई एफएमजी के लिए भाटिया के साथ प्रिपेयर करना चाहते हो सिर्फ, और तुमने कोई और प्लेटफॉर्म ले रखा है, तो बच्चा तुम मेरे साथ सिर्फ मेरी टेस्ट सीरीज ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. सिर्फ हमारी टेस्ट सीरीज, 2 महीने की टेस्ट सीरीज मात्र 1500 रुपए के अंदर. 1500 रुपए नहीं है, 1444 के अंदर हम दे रहे हैं, जिसके अंदर आपको 70 ग्रैंड टेस्ट और 40 सब्जेक्ट वाइज टेस्ट मिलेंगे. साथ में हम वीडियो एक्सप्लेनेशन देंगे, और जिस तरह का क्यू बैंक आपको दिखाया था, क्वेश्चन सैंपल दिखाया था, वही होगा. आप चाहते हो कि नहीं, मुझे भाटिया का क्यू बैंक भी करना है, टेस्ट भी चाहिए, क्यू बैंक भी चाहिए, तो 2 महीने का सिर्फ 2222 रुपए के अंदर, 2222, दैट्स इट. और ये दोनों चीजें आप कहां से खरीद सकते हैं? egurukulApp.com से खरीद सकते हैं. और अगर आप चाहते हो कि अगर आप में से कोई भी दिसंबर एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहा है, तो टेस्ट सीरीज प्लान 4444 अगले 8 महीने का है. 6 महीने साथ में 2 महीने फ्री देंगे आपको. क्यू बैंक का प्लान सिर्फ और सिर्फ 7757, यानी कि 7777, जिसके अंदर 13000 क्वेश्चन देंगे. हर क्वेश्चन टॉपिक, सब टॉपिक वाइज सेग्रीगेटेड है, और हर चीज की एक्सप्लेनेशन जैसे आपको पहले दी गई है वैसे ही मिलने वाली है. और अगर आप चाहते हो हमारे वीडियोस देखना, विश्वजीत सर की, सौरभ जिंदल सर की, और उनके साथ प्रिपेयर करना, द कंप्लीट प्लान 6+2 months फ्री, द एडवांस प्लस प्लान, जिसके अंदर आपको क्लिनिकल वर्ल्ड, इंग्लिश वीडियोस, ठीक है, कंप्लीट क्यू बैंक, कंप्लीट टेस्ट सीरीज, सिर्फ हम कितने में दे रहे हैं? 12,000 2022 के अंदर, 12,000 रुपीज ओनली. इसके अंदर आपको सॉफ्ट कॉपी का पूरा एक्सेस मिलेगा. अगर आप इनमें हार्ड कॉपी नोट्स खरीदना चाहते हो, तो बच्चों ये हमारे हार्ड कॉपी नोट्स है. सिर्फ 9400 के अंदर आप सबके हार्ड कॉपी भी खरीद सकते हो. हमारा पूरा कंटेंट एफएमजी के लिए अलग से बनाया गया है, पूरा कंटेंट अलग से बनाया गया है। इट्स मेड फॉर एफएमजी ओनली। विश्वजीत सर और सौरभ जिंदल सर जैसे बेहतरीन मोटिवेटर्स आपके साथ हैं, तो आपको सोचना नहीं है, और मैं बनूंगा आपका कस्टमर केयर एजेंट। आपको कोई इशू आता है, ये मेरा नंबर है जिसमें आपने मैसेज करना है। 24/7 माई व्हाट्सएप विल बी अवेलेबल फॉर यू। कुछ नहीं सोचना, कोई दिक्कत आती है सिंपली मुझे मैसेज करो। मेरा काम है तुम्हारी हर प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करना, क्योंकि ये भाटिया के अंदर हर बच्चे के पास सीधा नचिकेत भाटिया का डायरेक्ट नंबर होता है, ठीक है ना, हर के बाद। तो सोचना नहीं है, सिर्फ मुझे मैसेज करना है, मेरा काम होगा सॉल्व करना। अब सर विश्वजीत सर, जिंदल सर, अगर आप कुछ कहना चाहें सर, द लास्ट क्लोजिंग मैसेज।
राइट, सो यस, सो दैट वाज अ वंडरफुल, जैसे आपने देखा कि पूरा एक दुनिया आपके लिए हमने ओपन करी आज। उस दुनिया में इतने सारे कंपोनेंट्स हैं, और मैं ये खुशी से कह सकता हूँ कि वी हैव कवर्ड एवरीथिंग। और आप इस मेहनत से और इस पूरे क्यू बैंक से, वीडियो लेक्चर से, सब ये तो देख ही सकते हो कि आपको ना एक ऑल राउंड 360 डिग्री सपोर्ट तो मिल ही रहा है। तो आप पहली बात तो बहुत ज्यादा सोचे नहीं, जिसको हम कहते हैं ना कि आप गीले, आपको आपको छलांग तो मारनी पड़ेगी, ठीक है। गीले होने से हमें डरना नहीं है ना। डोंट थिंक कि अरे ये ऊंचाई ज्यादा है, मैं कूदूं कि नहीं कूदूं, कुछ नहीं। वी ऑलवेज से डाइव इन, ओके। सो डाइव इन एंड ट्रस्ट अस कि हम अंदर ही हैं, उसमें भी हम ही कूदे हुए हैं, आपका हाथ तो हम पकड़ ही लेंगे, राइट। सो ट्रस्ट अस विद दैट। छलांग आपने लगानी है, हाथ हमने पकड़ना है, राइट। ओवर टू डॉक्टर विश्वजीत प्लीज।
Yes, it was a nice overall overview given to the students. And yes, the journey we have told you, journey you have to walk the road yourself, as told by Dr. Saurabh sir. You have to walk the road yourself, and you have to have that belief on yourself that the journey and the path which I am taking is the best one for me. And believe me, it's the best. And that will create success and happiness. That's for sure.
थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन। कोई इशू नहीं है, जो भी इशू हो सिंपली ड्रॉप मी मैसेज, इट विल बी माय जॉब टू सॉल्व इट फॉर यू। थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन, टेक केयर, बाय बाय।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
सर
वी कैन क्लोज मनीषा। Manisha, have we closed?
It's still live.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much. I think we can exit. It will automatically
All
stop
right.
then.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you, Jagir.
थैंक यू सर, गुड नाइट सर।
Bye.